just jumped in this bracket here together. But she has been doing damn good work. Diddy Kong Main, if I'm not mistaken, beat my boy Skittles here back at home. So this is obviously a name to look out for.
There's a couple of upsets early on in this. I believe it was a top 256 cut out of pools yesterday, leading into top 32 today. And Madison Turner taking out Skittles is maybe one of the biggest ones, because Skittles, Wi-Fi fiend. He has been entering every single tournament he can, really. Even like going back to the offline days, he was just known as the Wi-Fi young link you want to avoid at all costs. But Madison Turner, she was not at all stymied by the young link extraordinaire. Made it all the way here to top 32, and it's going to be Diddy Kong versus Game & Watch, which is a weird matchup. I think I can confidently say I've never cast this matchup before.
Yeah, I could say that too. Even back in Smash 4, I don't think or any of the Smash games we've done, to be honest. We've been around a while. I don't know if we've commentated, at least not at this level, but let's see how this one goes. If nothing else, we're going to chalk this matchup to science, so let's go ahead and get it.
Small battlefield is going to be the start of our game. Game 1. Already the bucket just going to try and neutralize the banana. Like as long as the banana is able to be reflected, we've seen this a lot in going back all the way to like Smash 4 when we were talking about like just versus Diddy Kong tech in general. Like there are a lot of characters who can just take better advantage of the banana than Diddy Kong can sometimes. Like if you just have a really strong kill move that you can throw out immediately, like a smash attack or something, if you catch the banana and then turn it right around into Diddy Kong's face, it can be violent. But man, this is a scramble.
Yeah, speaking of violence right there, that forward smash obviously holds no punches, or I guess in that case, no swings back. But yeah, I got to agree with that. The thing about Game & Watch is obviously we get so caught up, in like just the general level of annoyance that Game & Watch brings, the fall away aerials, the up B out of shields. But I'm like, at some of these earlier percents, Game & Watch's combo game is actually quite ridiculous. And that banana pill definitely helps them out.
And we're seeing it was almost a lap there. I don't know. We don't quite have the lap yet, but yeah, Maister is one of the players who has just labbed those Game & Watch early and mid% combo strings. He's going to get every single ounce of damage he can, and Diddy Kong can, he was known for those vortexes very similarly back in Smash 4 days, but now his damage is definitely not as strong as it was previously. It's going to be hard to keep up, especially when you find yourself down a stock so early.
I'm most certainly agreeing. Diddy Kong's getting a bit of a resurgence, if I may say so myself. Obviously, most notably with Tweak, and I'm loving, just what I'm seeing here from Madison Turner. Certainly holding her own here versus Maister, but of course, Maister, as we know, is definitely a tall order. And I just think that there's a couple different ways that Diddy Kong might want to go for a KO, like a down tilt into something that just due to the slippery nature of Game & Watch, might be able to kind of escape out of.
So I think Madison Turner does have a game plan at least started right now. She would hold on to the banana, force Maister to throw out the bucket as the counter move, and then just wait and command grab on the landing. And that worked out pretty well here as Madison does take that first stock. 88%, but 88% is a lot of percent, but just all of that was on the first half of the second stock, and she's really clawed back into this game.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think if there's a character, obviously in the game, or I guess a handful of characters in the game that can certainly cut away at the league, it's definitely Diddy Kong being piloted right now by Madison Turner, as you see. I mean, being able to take that stock, virtually untouched as well, still sitting at a very, I guess at one point in time, uncomfortable 88%. But, as the bleeding is starting here, Maister's not really showing any signs of how to stop it.
Yeah, that was really the first big neutral win that Maister's had in a while, was landing that grab on the right side of the stage. And okay, knocking the barrels away. Good recovery though from Madison, avoiding the very precarious looking meats. Like that looks like it looks like such that move, the bacon move. It's just so precarious when you have a linear recovery like Diddy Kong. And Madison was able to sneak back and is fighting back down from the platforms here, but will die to the bomb. Whew.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on something I've seen just a moment before. I love the recovery options right there that Madison Turner brought to the table. I think she's very well aware of just the dangers, the threat, as you can see right here, that Maister certainly brings at the ledge on and off stage. But, no. Oh my God. I wanted to talk about how Maister was able to up B and catch her as she decided to try to up B her way out of it, but that is neither here nor there at this point. Valiant effort, but Maister takes game number 1.
Madison Turner's been really sneaky with those recoveries. Meister's known for his edge guard, right? His edge guarding is insane, especially against like a linear, vulnerable recovery like Diddy Kong's. So you got to be sneaky. You got to fake if you're going to go high and then go low, which you can do with the barrels if you angle them properly.
Absolutely.
But the problem is Madison, like she got to the ledge and then she tried to drop down and then re-grab the ledge or do something a little bit too tricky, and then Meister's just like, I'm gonna drop down and throw a turtle into your face, and what can you do about that? Tech on Wi-Fi? No, sir.
Absolutely not. That is a very difficult task right there to implement into your game plan. But I gotta say, despite how it might have wrapped up, the great thing about game number one is that if you made it to this far, then you know how to adapt on the fly. I can't say much about pools. I can't even say much about the second round out of pools. But once you get to like top 64, 32, being able to take a loss from game number one and then try to figure out where you went wrong for game number two should be something you know how to do at a top level. So I'm excited to see what we're going to get here. As much as I didn't really care for Diddy Kong in some of the previous installments of Smash, I'm actually kind of hyped that we're seeing a little bit of a blast from the past. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sturm. I've been feeling a little nostalgic being stuck at home. I miss the homies, I miss the community. So Diddy Kong kind of works for me right now.
Diddy Kong is an engaging character in Ultimate, and one of the reasons why is that we saw shades of it not only just on the recovery, but sometimes you just want to mix someone up with the rocket barrel boost right past their face, and it does like 30% damage, and with the damage output that the grab mix-ups and like the vortexes from Smash 4 being nerfed, sometimes you got to go for more of those creative options. And yeah, these Diddy players, especially the ones who've transitioned from Smash 4 to Ultimate, they really push the character to his limit.
I agree.
Speaking of a player who pushes the character to his limit, it's Game & Watch here. Maister, don't forget, he made this character in Smash 4, took him as far as possible in that game, and now the sky's the limit in Ultimate.
I most definitely agree. I think even Meister, not to sidebar too much, I think Meister ended up winning did he win a combo breaker? I think one of the ones you and I went to, I think he won a combo breaker. Beating Tyray, beating, Esam, I mean, beating some very notable names. So, obviously everything that, Meister has worked for, he's most certainly earned here. But Madison Turner, though, I got to say, she's not going quietly into the night here. Struggling to get some percent put onto the board. That's okay. Meister's kind of dangerous that type of way. But I'm a firm believer that once she gets her hands on him once, we'll be in for a show.
And the thing about these rocket barrels that go like all the way across Meister's shield, when he's in center stage, Diddy can just rocket barrel all the way across. But it doesn't even matter because the up smash perfectly timed to just intercept the foot of Diddy Kong and nowhere to go.
Yeah, we talked about blasts from the past and, shades of, days gone by. If anything else, that if you're going to see a Diddy Kong, it doesn't matter what the level is. The monkey flip sometimes, the haphazard monkey flip into danger is something that we have seen time and time again. But let's see how this is going to play out right now. I love the pressure that Meister's putting on here. A lot of fall away nairs on shield, a lot of fall away backers. I mean, just really kind of beating Diddy Kong at their own game right now. Just trying to outbox them, not allowing Diddy Kong to go for anything too crazy at some of these early percents. Because Diddy Kong, as dangerous as this character is with the banana pill, a very momentum-based character, can certainly put the damage on with or without it.
And now the adaptation is on Meister's side here, because he'll throw out the bucket and then he'll dash away to anticipate the monkey flip trying to catch him where he's standing, and then he'll catch the landing of the monkey flip, and it's just the layers of adaptation between the two of them are going back and forth. Now it's up to Madison Turner here to answer back. Okay, grab combo. That's something good. Okay, get the forward smash, knock the Game & Watch off the stage. Ooh, the keys to success going to allow Meister to grab this ledge scot-free.
Yeah, and this is tough because we're so far for the most part, Madison Turner, she's been holding her own, kind of playing Game & Watch's game, or if not maybe Game & Watch's game, maybe Meister's game, because obviously there's a complete difference here. She hasn't really had the opportunity to really showcase what she can do. That forward smash, that's shades of what makes Diddy Kong very great and very dangerous, and I don't want to call it too little too late, but I hope she can tap into some of that hidden jungle monkey strength Diddy Kong has to try to figure something out, because this match is starting to snowball away from her.
And well, this is one of Meister's greatest strengths, right? Is you feel like you're really close to stealing that stock, and then he takes the stock back the other way, and then the Game & Watch combos come out and they frustrate you to no end. Like that's why, again, an acquired taste, if anything, is Game & Watch, because you think you can touch a shield, and then you take 70%.
That's right. Speaking of taking things, just taking the banana pill away from her once more. There's the forward throw off stage, and you already know what happens when you get thrown off stage versus Game & Watch. Back air is definitely coming out. Great patience, though.
But Meister is going to be the one to win this scramble. And okay, scary dash attack in the corner, but, Madison Turner not phased at all, able to get the shield in time, and back throw will take out Meister's stock, but is it too little too late this time?
We'll have to see. Can we talk about courage there for a second? When you're stuck at the ledge and Game & Watch is jabbing your shield, I mean, she still had the presence of mind to know that you're only going to go for one jab, and then I should be able to go for a back throw. I would have just held shield to all get out, because you know how Game & Watches get down at the ledge, so Very great situational awareness right there, but Maister still holding this lead on very strong, and Maister screaming, "Have a seat, here's a chair. I'll see you in the next game."
That sliding forward tilt, it's weird because it's a burst kill option from a distance you really don't expect Game & Watch to have, like a horizontal burst kill. It's like when you have that sliding forward tilt just perfectly spaced, it feels like he just teleports across the stage. It's like a Steve animation, right? Where there's immediately a move there, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, but it's just out. Things are being hit. Things are constantly happening when you're fighting against Game & Watch and Steve. It's tough. I just think, as long as, we've been in the community, there's a couple characters I think I have figured out. Like, I think I know the Bowser matchup. I think I know how to go about Marth. But when I see characters like Game & Watch, especially piloted by somebody like Maister, I see something new every match. And I'm like, I don't ever want to see this character in bracket at this level, ever. I would not know what the heck to do.
So it's one of those things where it's fun to cast it. Really fun to cast it, seeing like all the crazy shenanigans that Maister and Game & Watch can bring to the table. But when you're sitting across the screen from that player and you have the control in your hands, like, yeah, how am I going to solve this?
I know.
There's just so much going on.
It hurts. Big shout out to our donators as well. I know you see the names going across the screen up there. Believe it or not, they're moving a little bit too fast for me to read off. I read in slow motion. But as you can see, that there are names and there is money being donated. So of course, find that link in the chat. Be sure to donate and help out the battle against breast cancer, okay? Because breast cancer, last I checked, is pretty lame. I hate breast cancer and I hate what it does to people. So let's try to donate money to find that cure and to help our loved ones out. In the meantime, back to this match right here. Maister up a whole 2 games here on Madison Turner. I hope that this is like the final act in this play where, Madison Turner digs deep and we push it to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll have to see, but I feel like just these opening salvos always go Maister's way. It's always like a 0 to 60% start to all the first 2 games and now this third one. But okay, here comes Diddy Kong right back, getting a couple of big hits in.
And this is what I talked about in the beginning of game number 1. There are certainly some clear things that Diddy Kong can do to most characters in the game. And I don't want to say that Diddy Kong can't do them to Game & Watch, but there has to be a little bit more of a well thought out process before we decide to approach Game & Watch in an aggressive manner. I love, what Diddy Kong can do, but Game & Watch can certainly sneak out of a lot of sticky situations. And if that first interaction wasn't, a clear sign of it, I don't know really what is at this point. Being able to go for up air after a throw with Diddy Kong is very common, but Game & Watch makes it that much more tough.
Yeah, the combo break potential is just super frustrating, and this just reflect bucket has put in so much work for Maister. It looked like Madison Turner had the adaptation to it, but now she's returning a little bit more to that banana peanut popcorn play, and, well, Maister doesn't seem fooled at the moment as he just holds steady on the stage here. Okay, this is a good win for Madison, getting a trap onto the platform. But then maybe overextending a bit, but okay, I love that barrel because the banana was there. The banana being there for when the rocket barrel boost landed allowed for a bit of a cancel.
That's right. And she's showing some signs of life here, still hanging in the game. I know it's tough when you're down, 2 games to try to, keep that courage, if, that's even how she feels. But I got to say, to be in this position, most players would be like, all right, let's hang it up. But she's definitely holding strong. And this is certainly a sight to see. Maister, on the other hand, again, despite the spot dodge, the ultimate classic, the spot dodge, into a smash attack is going to close it out. And I took your banana from you, and you're eating a lot of low percent combo damage here.
Well, let's see how Madison Turner answers back. Okay, just stuff him out with the forward smash. That does have some good range. Like, having good horizontal range, disjointed range onto Game & Watch is a good way to help answer just his good frame data, is if you can just keep the ranged battle going. But that seems to be the struggle here, where like the good horizontal option is your banana, which gets reflected, or it's these rocket barrel boosts, which have been unreliable.
Yeah, definitely not coming out to aid her. At least not the way that she would probably like. I mean, of course, she is getting back to the stage, but it's great damage. And just, again, the Maister classic, a couple up smashes in a row just to see what it looks like. And, you talked about trying something new, how, Game & Watchers are always going to do that. They're going to try to bring something a little new to the table. But I'd almost argue that, maybe Diddy Kong should almost, do it just as much as well here. I mean, the original game plan at hand right now is obviously not working out to the best of her ability. I think just the random rocket barrels on stage might be enough to throw Maister off. Who knows?
Well, she's chipping and chipping away, but still, it's weird to see Game & Watch, one of the lightest characters in the game, live to 180%, especially against, like, Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong, a character who's generally known to have reliable kill options, setups with down tilt and banana. But still, this is Maister. He's playing around those reliable kill options in such a perfect way.
And 177% here, mind you. This is very, very, very uncharted territory for most Game Watchers. And again, another bucket, seen it coming, and then try to finish it off with the hammer. Please, Maister, have a little compassion here, okay? This is a charity event. I like the option, but, you know, just unfortunately ended up getting a 2 here this time.
Yeah, the random number generator said this is a charity event. You don't get to do that in game right now. Okay, there you go. Read the roll out of the banana into the up tilt. That's a classic Diddy Kong kill setup at those very, very, very high percents is when you get that trip and they're able to roll out of it fast enough. So that's 1 stock down. 2 to go still, and it's still looking like an uphill battle here for Madison turn, but
most definitely. If she can figure out a way to utilize a banana peel maybe a little bit more, that would be your access point to damage. But of course, Maister just staying on the up and up, not allowing her to have that at all. Gets the wall jump. That's right. There's the up B. Now you have a little bit of positioning, and the back air just ends up stuffing out what looked to be a opportunity for damage right there. Oh my goodness.
Scoop from the ledge with the dash attack, and Maister washes his hands clean, and it's a 3-0 victory. Moving right along, he will move to winners quarterfinals off the back of that victory. So good stuff to Maister.
Yeah, valiant effort as well to Madison. You know, like I said before, you know, very, very strong player. I can definitely tell why, you know, she made it to top 32. But you know, when you know out of pools, you get to top 32, and there's some real killers in there. You know, kind of swimming around in the water. You know, and Maister is most certainly one of them. Obviously, top 10 in the world for absolute reason. So
probably I think it's safe to say he's the 1 seed. He's the favorite to win this tournament. There are still a lot of great players still in the winner's side bracket, of course, but I mean, you can see just from his gameplay here, he's a tough nut to crack.
Most